So you're looking into the Temple, Texas area, and you've maybe checked out Belton, Temple, Killeen, Nolanville, and maybe you're looking at Harker Heights. We've been getting a lot of inquiries about that area, and in this video, we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of living in Harker Heights. If you want to know more, stay tuned. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel Living in Austin, Texas. My name is Jay with the Brandis Properties Group, and I'm a licensed agent here in the state of Texas. I love making these videos for you guys, but what I love more is when you reach out to me. Give me a call, text, email, nights, days, weekends, doesn't matter. Love to hear from you guys. Please subscribe to the channel, tap that little notification bell so you'll be notified when we release future content. And with that being said, let's get this thing going. The first pro we're going to talk about also falls on the cons list to some extent. Here's why. We're going to talk about location, okay? So Harker Heights is located just north of Stillhouse Hollow Lake, which is awesome, and it's also located just east of Killeen. Now, Killeen gets mixed reviews, and we'll talk about that in a separate video. But Harker Heights has schools that are in the Killeen Independent School District. So if you go onto like niche.com or greatschools.org, you'll see that Killeen doesn't have the best school ratings. But if you look at the ones specifically in Harker Heights, you're going to see that the residents there have good things to say about the schools overall. As an overall rating, they rate them pretty high. The thing I would worry about though is you want to make sure that if you're moving to this area and you've got kids and the schools are important to you, check out the Killeen Independent School District, because whatever that district decides, it's going to affect you when you're living in Harker Heights. Another pro for living in Harker Heights is the affordability. Homes in Harker Heights are right now, on average, you're looking at about $300,000 and up for a single family home. Now, if you go down into the Austin area, these same style, same size, same age homes are going to start probably several $100,000 higher just because of the location. So when you talk about affordability, and if you want to move to the area and you don't have to be super close to Austin, Harker Heights might be a good spot for you to take a look, because you can still find a very decent looking home and a very nice home at a much more affordable price. Now let's talk about one of the cons, okay? So on niche.com, Harker Heights gets a C plus score, like on their scorecard, for crime and safety. Now, if you look at the stats, you can kind of see for yourself and determine like, hey, this is a place I could live, or maybe it's not. But it's funny when you read reviews about it, some of the residents will say, I never see any crime here at all. And some of them will say, this place isn't safe. It just kind of depends on which perspective you're getting. But overall, as a rating, they get a C plus. And for me personally, I like to see at least a B on that crime and safety rating. It's one of those things where when you come into Harker Heights, there's probably going to be some areas that you can drive in. You'll probably be able to look around and you'll see like, okay, this looks like a place I'd want to live, or this looks like a place I wouldn't. Just make sure you're paying attention to that when you're moving into the area. It's not something you want to be a surprise, right? So another pro for Harker Heights. Harker Heights is rated highly as one of those places that's good for families. And the reason being is, one, the affordability that we talked about earlier, and it's got a lot of open spaces and a lot of parks. So if you come in, if you're the type that likes to be outdoors, you're the kind that likes to go down to the park with your family and hang out, or even go down to the lake because it's really close to the lake, then it's not a bad spot to look at, right? Another cool thing about Harker Heights is you have access to the highways out there, and it's pretty easy to get to. So you can get over to Killeen, or you can get over to Belton, or up to Temple. All those cities are in that area. And another thing about Harker Heights being so close to Killeen is Fort Hood is right next to Killeen also, and it's got a lot of military families. So when you're coming in, if you're in the military and you're going to be stationed at Fort Hood, and you don't want to live on the base and you want to venture out, Harker Heights might be a good option for you. Harker Heights is growing just like everywhere else around here. And one of the things that, depending on who you are and what you're after, that could be a con, would be the nightlife. So a lot of places out there, there's a lot of places to go eat, a lot of restaurants. But one of the things about, as far as nightlife, like partying, bars and nightclubs and stuff like that, you're not going to find a whole lot of that there. What you'll find is, instead of finding bars, you'll find restaurants with bars inside it. So if that's super important to you, you may want to look around some more. If it's not, the other good thing, which we talked about as far as location, is you're close to the other cities. And if you wanted to venture out, you might be able to find some of that stuff there. So that way it's not, you could actually like live in Harker Heights, but still enjoy the nightlife of the surrounding areas. But as far as in Harker Heights itself, there's not too much going on with the nightlife. So another con for Harker Heights is going to be the business opportunities. Yes, the area is growing. Yes, there are more businesses moving in. But as far as employment with some of the large companies right now, you're probably going to have to go outside of Harker Heights and go to Temple or go to Killeen. And if you're looking like some of the like the Baylor Scott and Whites and stuff like that, they're not going to be in Harker Heights. You could still live in Harker Heights, and it wouldn't be too terrible of a commute time to get up there. I mean, granted, traffic is traffic, and growth is growth, and construction is construction. I throw that out there because anywhere you go in the Central Texas area right now, you're going to find that. But as far as the city itself, not a whole lot of job opportunities at the moment. But that's something that can change over time because, like I said, it just the amount of growth and how fast things are growing, there's a good chance that that will improve over time. Another area, another pro for Harker Heights is it gets rated very high for diversity. The ethnic and economic diversity in Harker Heights is pretty evenly spread out. You've got families moving in from all over the place because there is that big military base nearby, Fort Hood. That's going to bring you people from all different parts of the country. As far as the way things are, like it's just very mixed. So you can come in and probably find some people who have similar backgrounds to you, and you'll be able to make new friends that have different backgrounds from you. The average median household income in Harker Heights is just under $75,000, and if you look at the national average, it's higher than the national average. So as far as like the education levels and all that kind of stuff, it's very, very, very diverse. It's not all the doctors living there with doctorates and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty spread out. So if diversity is your thing, Harker Heights might be for you. Another pro to living in Harker Heights is you're kind of located between Waco and Austin. If you drive to the north for about an hour, you can be in Waco. If you drive south for about an hour, you'll be in Austin. So if you're looking at working in Austin and considering buying a home in Harker Heights, that might be, depending on what you're used to and what you're okay with. For me personally, that's a little too far. And even in Waco, going an hour to the north, I don't think I would live in Harker Heights and commute to Waco or Austin. But if you're going to be working from home, even if your company's in Austin, maybe you have to go there once in a while, it wouldn't be too terribly bad. But if you're looking at that daily commute, maybe stay away from that area. If you're looking at moving to the Austin area, or maybe living up in the Temple area, give us a call, text, email. Nice days, weekends, doesn't matter. We love to hear from you guys. We get people calling us all the time, and we absolutely love it. Please subscribe to the channel. Tap that little notification bell so you'll be notified when we release future content. Smash that thumbs up for me. Remember, we got your back when you're moving to Austin, Texas. And until the next time, we'll catch you later.